From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. We have a lot of active weather to talk about. We have a first alert weather day for tomorrow, as there's going to be the potential for large fires in the Kittitas Valley and in the Cascades, as we could have lightning over critically dry fuels. Then for Thursday, that fire potential this time going to be for all lower elevations that we serve, and for the Cascades, specifically in the upper Yakima Basin, as once again we can have more abundant lightning this time over still those critically dry fuels. Let's take it back to this morning. Feels excellent out there, 50s and 60s across the map. Your day planner forecast for this Tuesday, 60s and 70s by 8, at least for lower elevations, mid 80s around lunchtime, and then up around triple digits for the lower Columbia Basin. So the bottom line for the forecast, triple digit heat, or at least near triple digit heat for both today and tomorrow. There's going to be a thunderstorm and fire start potential Wednesday through Friday. The fire potential going to go down a little bit for Friday, and cooler and calmer as we head into the weekend. Lots to talk about on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, a teen shot in the back. No one's talking. What deputies found when they got to the scene, that's coming up. Plus, if you're headed over the Blue Bridge this week, you want to plan ahead. There's some lane closures and delays that can be expected. We'll let you know when and why. And the 60th annual Water Follies has officially wrapped up. Coming up later, we'll have a look at what made this year's event one of a kind. We have those stories and so much more coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Thanks for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. Jessica has the morning off, and we start this morning with a follow-up. We've now learned that an arrest has been made in last week's deadly shooting in Pasco. Pasco police tell us they have arrested Jonathan Villegas in connection to the shooting death of Lupita Ponce Penloza. Ponce Penloza was found dead in a home on 20th and Marie in Pasco. This fatal shooting happened July 23rd. Villegas now facing a possible charge of murder in the second degree. Authorities say they're still investigating the case and have not yet released information on how Ponce Penloza and Villegas were connected. Now to a crime alert out of Benton County, where a 19-year-old woman is recovering this morning after being shot in the back. Deputies say she was taken to the hospital and has undergone surgery for her injuries. The male suspect, who allegedly fired the gun, ran off before police arrived. Detectives say both the victim and other witnesses at the scene are being uncooperative, making it very difficult for investigators to try to piece together exactly what happened. Benton County Sheriff's Office is handling the investigation. And police are on the hunt this morning for a shooting suspect in Umatilla, as a man is in critical condition still this morning. Police say this happened Friday night at an apartment complex on Klickitat Street. When officers got there, they found a 19-year-old who had been shot in the head. He was flown to a hospital for treatment. Investigators think that this shooting could be gang-related. They say several apartments and cars were hit by bullets, but no one else was hurt. They're now looking for a dark-colored SUV that was seen leaving that area. If you saw anything or know anything about this shooting, you're asked to call police. And a fight at a community center in Milton Freewater ended in gunfire, and now police are investigating. This happened just after 10 p.m. Saturday night. Officers responding to multiple 911 calls about shots fired at the Milton Freewater Community Building. When police got there, they say they found several groups outside and multiple shell casings near the building. We're told no one was hurt in this shooting, but police are now asking anyone with information to contact the Milton Freewater Police Department. 5:04 now, and taking you to Kennewick, where the police department has officially released the name of the woman who died after being hit by a vehicle yesterday morning. We've now learned that it was 71-year-old Daphne Rothfork of Kennewick, who was crossing 27th Avenue near Tacoma Street when she was hit by a pickup that was headed eastbound on Vancouver. Authorities say there is no crosswalk in that area. The driver of the pickup did stay on scene and tried to help Rothfork, who passed away at the scene. And that driver is cooperating with authorities as they continue to investigate. And this morning, heads up as drivers make their way over the Blue Bridge. Later this week, you should expect some delays. WashDOT closing ramps and lanes on the Blue Bridge as they're going to be doing some inspections and some maintenance. So tomorrow the southbound lane and ramp will be closed from 9 to 3:30, and then that same closure will hit the northbound side on Thursday. Officials say if you're headed between Pasco and Kennewick, give yourself just a little extra time or possibly take a different route. 5:05 now, and moving to Yakima, where they are set to address a $9 million budget shortfall. Yakima City Council voting on a solution that included $3 million in cuts to city programming. Apple Valley News Now's Natalie Keller tells us about one program that could be impacted.
This is the Washington Fruit Community Center. At the Yakima City Council's last meeting on Thursday, it passed a budget plan that included a $50,000 funding cut to the center.
It's a tough pill to swallow in any direction. I made the comment to a friend of mine yesterday. I said, any way I go, people are mad about something when it comes to this budget.
Among the services offered at the center are free senior fitness classes meant to improve seniors' strength and coordination. Vicki Rogers is a participant who says she's benefited from the classes and has advocated for the center at a city council meeting. While Councilman Brown says it's unlikely a program like the fitness classes would be impacted by the cuts, Rogers is still worried.
It's such a wonderful thing, and it would be a terrible loss if the Washington Fruit Community Center was to close. I'd be heartbroken.
In this room, they're focusing on strength, coordination, and stretching, and they incorporate some fun dance elements.
The classes cater to a variety of skill levels, and they're taught in English,
front, side, center,
and Spanish. The class's instructor says the benefits aren't just physical.
As far as seniors, we have to stay sharp. If you don't have sharpness someplace in the whole infrastructure, that's where you have a problem.
Randy Beeler, Communications and Public Affairs Director from the City of Yakima, says that the timeline for the funding cuts is still to be determined. From Yakima, Natalie Keller, Apple Valley News Now.
Natalie, thanks for that report. And in the meantime, for those wanting to get involved in the fitness classes, they're offered every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. At 5:07 now, and the 60th year of the Water Follies has wrapped up this past weekend with thousands of people traveling into the Tri-Cities for the event. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable recaps the highly anticipated event and all of the work that goes into making this idea come alive every year.
Water Follies brings boats whizzing by, roars of the jets in the sky, and countless rows of tents, RVs, and vendors. But what does it take to put all of this in motion? About 300 volunteers and a lot of sunscreen. With an event of this size, it takes a large crew of people to not only set everything up, but also clean it up afterwards.
It was my first year volunteering on an official capacity with the Water Follies, and I had so much fun. It was busy, 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 go, go, go. I don't think I've gotten this many steps on my Apple Watch in like forever. And so it was a lot of work, and it's a little bit hot out here this weekend, but it definitely wasn't as hot as it could have been. So we stayed cool, we drank a lot of water. Physically, fantastic.
The preparation for the Water Follies started long before last weekend, and planning next year's event is already on the horizon.
That Rome wasn't built in a day, and that's the same with the Water Follies. So it just ended, and we're already getting ready for our next board meeting next Monday. So getting ready to officially kick off Water Follies preparations for 2026. So it's not just the weekend, it is all year round that we're preparing for it.
As for the races themselves, the Gold Cup came to the Tri-Cities and was taken home by 71-year-old Dave Vilwalk. His 11th Gold Cup win of his career, the victory was anything but ordinary.
After the final for the H1 race, we were all at the edge of our seats waiting to hear who was gonna win.
Initially, Vilwalk finished third in the race, but afterwards it was determined that the boats that finished first and second got an early start. A time penalty was placed on those boats, moving Vilwalk into first place. A weekend packed with excitement, and now fans will have to wait until next year. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Always looking forward to the next year. All right, if you'd like to volunteer to help with the water follies, you can head to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com, for more information. Roles range anywhere from water operations to the air show, administration, setup, cleanup. There's a little bit of something for everyone if you want to get involved. 5:09, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Your grocery bill could change in real time. Why some stores are changing prices up to 100 times a day and what it means for your wallet. And giving you a beautiful live look outside this morning from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky camera at Richland's Columbia Point, overlooking a nice, calm Columbia River this morning. When we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He'll have your first alert forecast.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
J.D. Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new turbocharged Nissan Murano, the rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in an award-winning SUV.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
The problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent.
Really?
Really. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods dissolve completely, releasing more soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing action. Plus, the grease-fighting power of Dawn, breaking down up to 100% of tough stuck-on foods.
That's impressive.
And it works so well, it even keeps your filter clean. Cascade. Roto-Rooter recommended, safe for pipes.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Vance Heating and Air has been keeping Yakima homes cool since 1986. If your air conditioner needs service this summer, we'll take $86 off the cost of any AC repair. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
Can Matt Damon take his feud with Jimmy?
Thank you so much. You are making him so miserable right now.
All the way to the top?
Let's play millionaire for $1 million.
The Emmy-nominated Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? New Wednesday on ABC.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The National Weather Service in Pendleton has issued this red flag warning for today for the southern blues from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. as there's the potential for lightning over fuels. Now, they're saying they're critically dry. I don't think they're going to be as critically dry as what they're saying, but definitely the chance for thunderstorms is going to exist down this way. And then for tomorrow, we're much more in agreement as they're going with the fire weather watch for the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin. And then personally, I would maybe extend this down into the Kittitas Valley, but 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. is the time frame that they're going with, and we'll definitely have a lot more to say about the fire start potential a little bit later in the show. But again, for today, the chance for thunderstorms in the blues. Elsewhere, lots of sunshine, and it is going to be a hot one out there. As we'll be around 100 for Sunnyside and Hanford, and for the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. This is about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Then for tonight, at this point, by the evening, especially by the late evening, I'm thinking most of the thunderstorms should be off the map. We'll have mostly clear skies and overnight lows that will be mild with 60s for lower elevations, 50s up in the Cascades, 50s and 60s in the blues. But again, A very nuanced forecast as we move throughout the week. Lots of lightning chances, critically dry fuels, and of course that potential for fires to start. So I'll touch on all those aspects coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. It is 5:14 now, and in consumer news this morning, the price of your groceries may soon change right in front of your eyes. More supermarkets are using digital ads, meaning the price you pay can literally change possibly several times per day. Rhiannon Alley has the details.
The price of your groceries may soon change right in front of your eyes. A glimpse of what shoppers could soon see is already on display in Europe, where the Wall Street Journal found prices at some grocery stores can change up to 100 times per day. The technology behind it? Digital shelf labels, small electronic screens that can instantly display new prices at the push of a button, and they're being used more and more across the U.S. Walmart has installed digital tags in more than 400 locations, with plans to reach 2,300 stores by next year. Kroger and Whole Foods are expanding pilot programs as well. It's fueling fears of surge pricing.
Like charging more for ice cream when it's a hot day or for an umbrella when it's a rainy day.
Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bob Casey have sent a letter to Kroger warning the labels could be used to squeeze consumers to increase profits. But the company insists the labels won't be used for surge pricing. Companies say the tags help cut back on time-consuming labor. Walmart says it used to take 2 full days to update prices across the store. With digital tags, just minutes.
Sometimes a lot of these folks are only working 20, 25 hours a week. This is a heavy, labor-intensive job.
In a recent study, researchers found virtually no surge pricing after electronic labels were installed, finding the labels actually increase the likelihood of consumers getting discounts. But skepticism remains. Maine and Rhode Island have introduced bills to limit the use of digital labels. And in Arizona, a state lawmaker introduced a bill to ban digital tags entirely.
Now, one expert says he expects the pricing changes will be infrequent or outside of store hours to avoid confusing or upsetting shoppers. I've started to see him around town here. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. It is 5:16, and when we come back, we will check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth. We're giving you that live look outside right now from the Dust Devils camera in Pasco. Beautiful start to our Tuesday. What's the rest of the week look like? Well, he will have your full First Alert forecast after the break.
I'm Susan Alatrico. I don't advocate for any other professional than Mr. Breck. Over the years, I've come to know him as trustworthy, competent, and respected by his opponents. Don't trust your case with providers or representatives who do not have a wealth of experience.
At Consumer Reports,
we're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Who says you have to wait for snow to get the best piano deals of the year? Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos is unwrapping Christmas savings in July. Free delivery and setup, and a holiday songbook so you can practice Jingle Bells by the pool. Save on select uprights, grands, and digital pianos. And if you wear a Santa hat, we'll reward you with an extra discount. Christmas in July at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, where music is always in season.
Due to recent supply chain delays and clearance items stacking up in the warehouse, this week all Walker's Furniture locations are having an emergency inventory liquidation sale where you can save up to 70% on all floor models, discontinued styles, and clearance items.
New inventory is on the way, so we're clearing space and passing the savings on to you. Plus, special 5-year financing was brought in where you can save now and pay over time with no minimum purchase required.
During the inventory reduction sale this week at Walker's.
Like most people, my days are nonstop. When I'm working, I need to stay focused. I'm not worried about my finances. That's why I went looking for a bank that makes managing my money effortless. Apple was exactly what I needed. Helpful people with easy-to-use tools. Now, I spend less time stressing about money and more time doing the things I enjoy. Where do you credit union?
I'm Susan Alatrico. I don't advocate for any other professional than Mr. Breck. Over the years, I've come to know him as trustworthy, competent, and respected by his opponents. Don't trust your case with providers or representatives who do not have a wealth of experience.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services, Christine Connolly, Realtor.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll get to the fire start potential in just a second, but first, again, wanted to touch on the heat. Around 100 for the lower Columbia Basin and the lower Yakima Valley for today, so some hot stuff. And now on to tomorrow. First Alert Weather Day, as we'll have the potential for fire starts in the Kittitas Valley and in the Cascades, lightning over critically dry fuels. So let's go ahead and show you how that pans out with Futurecast radar. So for today, as we head into the afternoon and evening, we could maybe have some showers or thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains. Futurecast not super high on that possibility, but for tomorrow, it's a little bit more high on this possibility. Chances for showers and thunderstorms in the Cascades, also in the Kittitas Valley, and trying to pick up on some of that in the Blue Mountains into the late evening. Looks like a lot of that is going to drop off the map. And so we'll get to the fuels in a second, but tomorrow going to be even hotter, between 101 to 104 in the lower Columbia Basin, around, if not breaching 100 in the valleys, and the same thing for the Blue Foothills. Now you factor in the vegetation. It's going to be critically dry for lower elevations, but also in that same little swath of the Cascade. So that's why we're concerned about fire starts for Wednesday. Then for Thursday, a much more widespread chance of thunderstorms. And so at this point, there's going to be the potential for large fires for all of our lower elevation locations and in the Cascades in that same little swath in the upper Yakima Basin. So Thursday's forecast highs, admittedly cooler, but still up around 100 degrees in the lower Columbia Basin. But unfortunately, vegetation still critically dry in those same areas. The chances for thunder and lightning going to be much more widespread at this point, so there will be that potential once again for lightning-induced fires. Now for Friday, trending even cooler. The vegetation thankfully trending less dry, just an elevated level of dryness at this point, but thunderstorms probably going to be the most widespread on Friday, so that's why this forecast is so nuanced, and then trending drier into the weekend, also trending a little bit cooler. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Near 100 today and tomorrow. The potential for lightning and fire on Thursday, then a lingering potential for lightning on Friday. In Yakima, around the century mark over the next couple days, 30% chances for thunderstorms Thursday and Friday, then cooler and calmer this weekend. In Ellensburg, the possibility of lightning-induced fire starts both Wednesday and Thursday. More thunderstorms for Friday, but a lower fire risk. In Hermiston, near triple-digit heat today and tomorrow, a lightning and fire risk on Thursday, then a lingering possibility of thunderstorms on Friday. Finally, for Walla Walla, heating up to around 100 Wednesday, the chance for lightning both Thursday and Friday, then calming down and cooling off into the weekend.
All right, you looking forward to that cool off?
Yes. 82 to, what is it? I'm going with like,
yeah,
we'll say
mid-80s?
Yeah, mid-80s at the start of next week, and it's going to be early August at that point, so yeah.
You feel good about that?
I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Right. I'm sure your pup will like it too.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Oh, iconic. The Prince of Darkness back on the charts after his death earlier this month. Fans are sending Ozzy Osbourne's music soaring. We have that and more coming up in your entertainment headlines after the break.
During the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row, every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. So outfitting your off-campus studio or secluded study nook is elementary. Or get 60 months no interest. The back-to-school sale on now at Furniture Row.
Is that the scent of hope? Justice?
Citrus.
I smell
super.
Welcome to the 100-degree sweat test. Secret Clinical versus ordinary antiperspirant. Turn up the heat. Looks like ordinary antiperspirants can't take the heat. Ordinary antiperspirants can't fight sweat better than Secret Clinical. Try new Secret Clinical Strength Spray.
This summer heats up on Friday, August 8th at Legends Casino Hotel as Roy Jones Jr. presents a pro boxing and entertainment event like no other. Yakima's own Andrew Murphy looks to remain undefeated, while female boxer Maricela Cornejo from Prosser join rising international stars from Germany and Mexico. Plus, there is a heavyweight from China you have to see to believe. Tickets start at just $40 and can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com or the Legends Gift Shop. It's a Midsummer Night's Dream of hot boxing and sizzling entertainment. Friday, August 8th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get your tickets now.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's summer event time, Sam. Great time to buy.
A Ford F-Series truck.
Take your pick. Gas, all-electric, hybrid, and diesel. With impressive towing capability for any size to-do list. Like building a house.
A two-story brick colonial.
Or hauling that boat to the lake.
What?
That's actually on my to-do list.
Oh.
Lease a 2025 F-150 XTX Super Crew 4x4 for $349 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
During the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row, every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. So outfitting your off-campus studio or secluded study nook is elementary, or get 60 months no interest. The back-to-school sale on now at Furniture Row.
Check out the Grand Coulee Dam by air. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Welcome back, 526 in your entertainment headlines this morning. Fans of Ozzy Osbourne are proving that his music lives on even after his passing.
Yes, the Prince of Darkness passed away July 22nd at age 76, and now one of his classic albums is seeing a major comeback.
David Daniel shows us how the rock legend is climbing the charts once again.
Ozzy Osbourne fans are keeping his legacy alive. Osbourne died July 22nd at age 76. Now his 2003 compilation album, The Essential Ozzy Osbourne, has risen from number 134 on the Billboard 200 all the way to number 7. It's his 10th top 10 album and the first time that record has cracked the top 10. Its previous peak was number 81.
Really good.
Yeah, almost as good as a man.
A Bend It Like Beckham sequel is in the works. Deadline reports writer-director Gurinder Chadha says she's been toying with the idea for a couple of years as the popularity of women's football has soared worldwide, and she's excited to revisit the original characters and build on the film's legacy.
I tried to show him that wealth wouldn't solve all his problems.
And?
It seems to have solved most of his problems.
Keanu Reeves is an angel whose object lesson goes awry in Good Fortune. Writer-director Aziz Ansari is a struggling gig worker who switches places with a venture capitalist played by Seth Rogen. Good Fortune arrives in theaters October 17th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Leave me alone, Jeff. I like...
A lot going on. That's quite the cast there in that one.
When I saw the lower third there and said Rogan, I was thinking Joe Rogan. It's like, he's busting out his acting chops, but Seth Rogen would have been the obvious guess, so yeah. Whoosh.
And I think our producer, Kat, single-handedly has helped Ozzy's music raise back up on the charts. She's a big fan.
Yeah, she needs a little bit of royalty from that.
Yes, she does. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A mixed bag for local jobs. Unemployment's down, but some sectors are struggling. We have the full unemployment breakdown coming up in our next half hour. Plus, free food, snow cones, and a police helicopter. And coming up, we've got the scoop on what's coming to Kennewick's National Night Out next week. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, PayPal is offering a new payment option. The company is offering smaller U.S. merchants to accept more than 100 cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin and Trump coin. Businesses can opt into the new system in the coming weeks. Availability will expand later this year. Whistle, a company that makes tracking devices for pets, is shutting down next month. It's being acquired by Tractive, which is a competitor based in Austria. Tractive is offering free replacement trackers to current Whistle subscribers through September. Finally, Anti-Gravity is the new drone company spun off of Chinese camera maker Insta360. The company's first product will be a still unnamed drone that can record 360-degree video. Anti-Gravity plans to unveil the drone sometime next month. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
When the island speaks.
Snorkeling and snorkeling. Tiki bar. Tiki bar.
Water slides.
Oh, really big pool. And hammock.
It's time to escape to the great life with Norwegian Cruise Line. And escape to the hammock life. Ah, now this is the great life. Welcome to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
Be the one thing that can change everything. Be bold. Be authentic. In a world where you can be anything. Be love. Be love. Be love. Be love. Pandora.
The Dove Beauty Bar, shaped by your beauty, for your beauty. Made with 1/4 moisturizing cream to love and care for every single curve. The Dove Beauty Bar, shaped by your beauty since 1957.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, it was another toasty day yesterday.
Yes.
I think you forecasted, what, a high of 96?
96, and it verified at, drum roll, 96.
That 3-degree guarantee.
Yep. Hit the nail on the head, so the jackpot now at $200. Thank you once again to our very good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel for sponsoring. And for today, a much toastier 99. Well, it's not that much toastier, but a little bit closer to 100. So 99 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 96 to 102, the jackpot's going to hit 225. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, we have a couple first alert weather days over the next few days. For Wednesday, for the Kittitas Valley and for the Cascades, that's where we're going to see the best combination of lightning and critically dry fuels. Then much more widespread thunderstorm chances on Thursday. So this time for all lower elevations and also in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin, as once again we could see lightning over critically dry fuels. Let's take it back to this morning. 50s and 60s across the map. It feels excellent out there. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Going to be around 80 as soon as 10 this morning, 90 at lunchtime, and then up around 100 degrees at the hottest part of the day. So for today, for all lower elevations, low to mid 90s, a pretty safe bet. Some of us in the basin are going to be very close to 100, and I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's very toasty Tuesday forecast. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. We begin this half hour of news with state unemployment news. Unemployment numbers showing some steady improvements across central Washington. Unemployment is going down in the Tri-Cities, but some new data shows that the labor market is shifting across Benton, Yakima, and Walla Walla counties. Benton County lost over 3,000 workers year over year, but fewer people are unemployed. Unemployment saw a decline of 3.7% from May and 9.8% from last year. In Walla Walla, both employment and the size of the labor force grew. Unemployment fell to 3.1% from last year. And in Yakima, the labor force shrank by nearly 8,000, but unemployment still dropped to 4.5%. That's 4.5% less than last month. Now, region-wide, private sector jobs are up, but manufacturing and retail are down. At 5:33 now, and we're only a week away from National Night Out, and the city of Kennewick is gearing up for their free family-friendly event. Now, National Night Out is next Tuesday, August 5th, and Kennewick is hosting its event at the Southridge Sports and Events Complex. The event will feature free food, snow cones, games, city booths. The city of Kennewick, the Kennewick City Council, the police department, the fire department, and other groups will also all be at the event. And Kennewick Police Department Sergeant Michael Rosane says there are plenty of other activities planned for National Night Out.
We'll have a life flight helicopter out there, specifically like for the kids. We're going to have knocker ball, a game out there for them to play. I mentioned the Carousel of Dreams ride. And then, like I said, the emergency vehicles is one of the most popular. SWAT vehicle, police vehicle, all that kind of stuff.
Kennewick's National Night Out event will be held between 5 and 7:30 p.m. and they're happening around town. All right, 5:34, the drone industry is taking off in Pendleton. The city-run UAS testing range is seeing more companies come in to test the latest in drone technology. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert has more on the advances happening in Pendleton with UAS.
The Pendleton UAS range got its start back in 2014. It's located at the Eastern Oregon Regional Airport and currently works with several commercial and defense companies. They're now running around 50 drone-related projects every year. The site, which once used to train World War II pilots involved in the Doolittle raid, is now home to one of the busiest drone testing ranges in the country.
As far as we're aware, the busiest UAS test range in the United States, with over 65,000 UAS ops. We do more UAS ops than we do piloted ops here at the airport now.
Chief Engineer Steve Long Jr. says drone operations and the number of companies involved have grown significantly since he first started.
My company and then Pacific Northwest National Labs was out here, and that was about it. And now we've got over 20 companies out here any given time. And they operate here on the airfield. We have remote sites that they operate at. So it's gotten exponentially busier over the last few years.
According to officials at the range, drones are being used for a lot more than most people might expect.
Originally, we thought that one of the biggest markets was going to be agriculture, and that market would be taking pictures of crops and getting maps that is maybe a prescription map that tells you exactly what to put on the crop at any given time. That didn't really pan out as much as crop dusting. So now being able to apply chemicals and pesticides to the crops with drones, you can be a lot more accurate.
Officials at the Pendleton UAS test range say that with ongoing advances in technology, much like AI, drones too will continue to advance, especially with conflicts abroad.
We've seen a lot of increase in kind of the smaller drones for military to be able to do intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. Another big aspect of drones is the counter UAS. So being able to detect and mitigate UAS threats.
And Lon says when it comes to drones, bigger doesn't always mean better.
Small drones can be a huge threat. And now what we've seen in Ukraine and that setting is these small little inexpensive drones that you can get for under $100 and put explosives on them and use them that way. So then we need to be able to detect those.
As drone technology continues to evolve on the ground, Pendleton's UAS range is working to make sure it stays ahead in the sky. In Pendleton, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
William, thank you for that report. Officials at the range say the technology is consistently evolving, and they encourage people to keep an open mind about drones. They add that if you own one, they say fly responsibly. 5:37 now, and the Columbia Ability Alliance's second annual Giving Blitz is right around the corner. It's a 48-hour virtual fundraising event. It kicks off August 6th, wraps up on the 7th. The fundraiser will have sponsor challenges to encourage the community to donate. The money earned will help support all of the programs that CAA provides to people with disabilities, from job training and coaching to finding jobs in the community, as well as culinary skills and more.
We need the community support during the Giving Blitz so we can continue to just uplift individuals with disabilities. We really believe that everybody that we serve deserves a seat at the table. They deserve the chance to go out and interview for jobs just like everybody else. And your support during the Blitz helps raise those funds to help us continue to provide services to help them do that.
So if you're looking to help make an impact, we'll have a link to their website where you can donate August 6th and 7th. It'll be up on applevalleyNewsNow.com. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, coming up in your sports headlines, how a Yacht Rock themed golf tournament raised tens of thousands of dollars for health programs in Walla Walla. And teens from Pasco just making club history, how their big hearts and hard work led them to national recognition. That's all coming up after the break.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
Right now, US Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Why is the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo the best week of summer? Because you get more of what you love about summer. More fun in the sun with thrilling carnival rides and games. More flavors to savor with your favorite tasty fair treats. And you even get more colorful sunsets as attractions help light up the cotton candy skies. So don't miss out on your best week of summer. August 19th through 23rd at the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
The problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent.
Really?
Really. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods dissolve completely, releasing more soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing action. Plus, the grease-fighting power of Dawn, breaking down up to 100% of tough, stuck-on foods.
That's impressive.
And it works so well, it even keeps your filter clean. Cascade. Roto-Rooter recommended, safe for pipes.
Feeling overwhelmed? It's time to shed your worries, literally. At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got the perfect shed to clear the clutter, create space, and bring peace to your life. Man cave, playhouse, done. Want something custom? We'll build it just the way you want it. And we deliver for free. Summer is here. Shed the mess, shed the stress. See dealer for special pricing. Visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds today in Kennewick or West Richland.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
The last time Mario Cantone came to GMA, and just like that, Mario is back.
What took you so long?
So what could happen this time?
I knew I was going to go off the rails.
Plus, Allison Brie and Dave Franco this week on Good Morning America.
I always go the crass route.
Match Game is always classy as blank.
I'm a lady, so I said crass.
So rarely do you have this kind of elegance in a game show.
Martin Short hosts an all-new Match Game, Wednesday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live, beautiful look at the sun coming up over the horizon in Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of the First Alert Weather app, which you can download for free in the App Store or on Google Play. And on the app, you can see hour-by-hour forecast, just like this one that's about to pop up. There we go. Here's today's Coatcast, and again, really no coat going to be necessary. Maybe for right now, it's 63 degrees at 5:42 in the morning, but by 8 this morning, we should be a lot closer to 70. And then for the rest of the day, you can see that the T-shirt weather is going to win out. Okay, so here is your zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We're going to have high temperatures that'll be about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. So that means mid-80s up towards Snoqualmie Pass, mid-90s for Ellensburg, around 100 for Vantage, and a little bit breezy here with some peak gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour. Then in the Yakima Valley, highs around 100 degrees, light winds, could be a little bit breezy down towards Hermiston, some of those gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour. And a lot of us around 100 degrees. And then for the Blue Foothills, I'm thinking most of us probably shy of 100 degrees, but this model going with 100 in Milton Freewater. But I mean, other than 2 degrees, what's really the difference between 98 and 100? And then for the Blue Mountains, about 10% chances of showers and thunderstorms for today. Those chances shift over to the Cascades for tomorrow, and then they become much more widespread for Thursday. That spells trouble when it comes to fire risk. So we'll touch on those specifics coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 5:43 now, the Providence St. Mary Foundation Golf Tournament raised $85,000 to support programs, services, and equipment at the St. Mary Medical Center in Walla Walla. It was held at the Walla Walla Country Club on July 18th. Over 25 sponsors purchased teams to participate in the Yacht Rock themed golf tournament. 100% of the contributions stay local to Walla Walla and St. Mary Medical Center.
go to support infrastructure needs that we need for capital items, specific programs that we have through our cancer center. They help with patient needs and being able to support patients being able to get to treatment, to get to appointments, but really just overall help our entire healthcare system in the Walla Walla Valley.
And Providence St. Mary is a nonprofit healthcare organization that has been around for over 145 years. And big recognition this week for a group of Pasco teens making a difference in their community. The Keystone Club at the Boys and Girls Club of Benton and Franklin counties just earned national honors, and it's a first. The Pasco Clubhouse Keystone Club was named Keystone Club of the Year at the Boys and Girls Clubs of America's 58th annual National Keystone Conference in Chicago. This was the third year the local group attended the national gathering, but the first time that they've taken home the top prize. The teen-led leadership group was recognized for launching a bullying awareness tour for local elementary schools, creating a homework cafe, and organizing community service projects to help people experiencing homelessness.
We do a lot of community service projects. One of the main ones that we do is at the Union Gospel Mission, where the teens serve hot meals to the homeless people at that shelter. But we've also done an anti-bullying tour with all our other Boys and Girls Club licensed care sites. We do an anti-bullying tour with their youth and kind of show them the negative effects that bullying has.
The Keystone Club meets weekly during the school year, helping high school students build leadership skills and give back to the community. Along with the national recognition, the club also received a $2,000 award to support its future projects. Congratulations to them. 5:45, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint, everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, and giving you that beautiful live look outside this morning from our Apple Valley studios right here in Kennewick as the sun comes up over the Tri-Cities. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full First Alert forecast after the break.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demand to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Hi, I'm Debbie Robertson. I'm just putting on the sales tags for the Nissan Summer Sales event going on right now at Bill Robertson Nissan. We brought in extra inventory just for this event.
Drive a new Nissan Rogue, 0% financing for 60 months and sale priced at $31,999. Or step up to a 2025 Pathfinder, 0% for 60 months starting at just $36,950. Get into a brand new Murano, 0% for 60 months starting at $41,999.
So come see us today at Bill and Debbie Robertson Nissan.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite and give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demand to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Exclusive investigation. The Pasco Hanford Basketball Brawl, Wednesday.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will get to the lightning and the fire risk in just a second. But first, for today, again, it's going to be pretty hot, around 100 for the lower Yakima Valley and for the lower Columbia Basin, about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Okay, tomorrow, a first alert weather day in the Kittitas Valley and in the Cascades in the upper Yakima Basin, as we could have lightning for critically dry fuels. So let's go ahead and show you that with Futurecast radar. Now, for today, mostly dry. Can't rule out a few showers or thunderstorms in the afternoon or evening in the southern blues. Futurecast not too high on that idea, but for tomorrow, it is picking up on a better possibility of showers and thunderstorms, this time in the Cascades, in the Kittitas Valley, trying to generate some stuff in the Blue Mountains as well. Then most of that falls off the map during the late evening, but we'll have a resurgence in some thunderstorm chances for Thursday. So for Wednesday, going to be a little bit hotter this time, between 101 to 104 in the lower Columbia Basin, but a lot of us for lower elevations going to touch 100 degrees. That's going to make the vegetation critically dry for Wednesday, and so you factor in some of the lightning chances. That's why we're concerned about the potential for fires to start or spread quickly. Then for Thursday, this time that potential is going to expand to all lower elevations that we cover, and it'll also be in the Cascades. Once again, lightning could be over critically dry fuels. The fuels for Thursday, it's going to pop up here in just a second. Well, first of all, the highs for Thursday going to be a touch cooler, still around 100 up towards the Hanford site, but here we are. The fuel's still critically dry in the Cascades in the upper Yakima Basin and for lower elevations. Okay, then for Friday, we're going to trend even a little bit cooler. This time, average high temperatures, if not a little bit below average. That's going to help out our vegetation dryness situation, going back down to elevated. And what makes this forecast so nuanced is that Friday is going to be our day with the highest rain and thunderstorm chances, but trending drier into the weekend, also trending cooler as well. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Near 100 today and tomorrow. The potential for lightning and fire Thursday, then a lingering potential for lightning on Friday. In Yakima, around the century mark over the next couple days, 30% chances for thunderstorms Thursday and Friday, then cooler and calmer this weekend. In Ellensburg, the possibility of lightning-induced fire starts both Wednesday and Thursday. More thunderstorms for Friday, but a lower risk. Then in Hermiston, near triple-digit heat today and tomorrow, a lightning and fire risk on Thursday, then a lingering possibility of thunderstorms on Friday. Finally, for Walla Walla, heating up to around 100 Wednesday, the chance for lightning both Thursday and Friday, then calming down and cooling off into the weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 5:51, time for your morning sprint. We start with the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. A 19-year-old woman is recovering after being shot in the back in Benton County. Deputies say she needed to be taken into surgery at the hospital. The man who allegedly shot her ran off before law enforcement arrived. Witnesses at the scene have not been cooperative, making this case tough to piece together. The Sheriff's Office is handling the investigation. And in Pasco, an arrest has been made in last week's deadly shooting. Jonathan Villegas is now facing a possible second-degree murder charge in the death of Lupita Ponce Penalosa. She was found dead July 23rd in a home on 20th and Marie. Officials haven't said yet just how the two knew each other. And Kennewick police have identified the woman killed in a crosswalk accident yesterday. 71-year-old Daphne Rothfork was hit by a pickup while crossing 27th near Tacoma Street. There's no marked crosswalk in that area. The driver did stay on scene and is cooperating with police. And heads up to drivers, if you're making your way over the Blue Bridge this week, expect some delays. WashDOT closing ramps for maintenance and inspection. Southbound closures start tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 3:30. Then northbound gets the same treatment on Thursday. And Kennewick is getting ready for a national night out. The free family event happens next Tuesday from 5 to 7:30 at the Southridge Sports and Events Complex. There's games, free food, and even a chance to meet first responders and city staff. 5:53 in your national headlines this morning. More details are coming out about the Trump administration's plan to end birthright citizenship. Leaders are rolling out new documents that offer a glimpse into changes that will upend the century-old understanding about the benefits of being born in the U.S. A Supreme Court decision last month allowed the administration to develop plans for ending birthright citizenship. Under those guidance documents, parents of newborns, including U.S. citizens, might be required to verify their own immigration status to obtain a passport or social security number for their children. Turning our attention to business news this morning, there's been a data breach of the popular app T-Dating Advice. The app's designed to help women date safely by allowing them to anonymously share information about the men they date. On Friday, the company confirmed 72,000 images were accessed in a data storage breach, and that includes roughly 13,000 user images submitted during account verification. When creating an account, users are asked to submit a selfie to verify that they are female. The app says photos are deleted following account approval. Another 59,000 images accessed were publicly viewable from posts, comments, and direct messages. 5:54 in your health headlines. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. plans to remove all 16 advisors on the Preventative Services Task Force. The task force makes recommendations about preventative services like screenings for cancer and various disorders. The Affordable Care Act requires insurers to provide those recommended services to members at no cost. Health and Human Services Secretary has authority to name and fire members of the task force. What's unclear is who he will replace them with, or if he would replace them at all. 5:54, talking sports this morning. Monday in Indianapolis, the man accused of stalking Indiana Fever basketball star Caitlin Clark pleaded guilty to stalking and harassment. 55-year-old Michael Lewis was arrested in January. Court documents show that he sent Clark threats and sexually explicit images on social media. Lewis was sentenced after entering his plea. He's been in custody since his arrest, so he did receive credit for time served. He'll spend just over a year and a half in prison. He also has to avoid contact with Clark and keep away from the Fever or Pacers game events and properties. All right, 5:55. Let's take a look at what is trending this morning. Get your sauces ready and gather a lot of napkins, because Tuesday, today, is National Chicken Wing Day. It's Taco Tuesday, though, so that's confusing.
Yeah.
National Chicken Wing Day, observed every year on July 29th.
You can have chicken and tacos, but not chicken wings. Mayor Stan Mikowski of Buffalo, New York, started the observance back in 1977 in honor of his city's namesake dish.
Celebrating it this year should be easy, as a number of chains offer deals and promotions for National Chicken Wing Day. I think Popeyes is doing a buy one, get one wing. That's what I saw on Twitter this morning.
Are you a bone in, bone out kind of person?
Bone out is just a saucy nug.
Okay, yes.
It's not a chicken wing.
But it's a classic question. I just had to know.
Are you a saucy nug guy?
No, I'm a bone in.
Okay.
Bone in kind of person.
Because that's what a chicken wing is.
Oh, ruffled some feathers on that one.
Well, there was a big controversy about it, you know?
Yes. I didn't really get involved.
Because it's not a chicken wing if there's not a bone.
I think I would,
right?
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
I'm just asking as a common courtesy. Like waitresses and waiters do.
But I do love chicken wings, though.
Yes.
They're delicious. Do you like just regular buffalo, or do you like to switch it up
I
with
like
the flavors?
buffalo, but I like to spice it up a little bit, and or add some of the sweet, kind of the hickory barbecue to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I like the original, but then like a good garlic parmesan is delicious.
You were just in Nashville a little while back. Nashville hot.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. All right, guess it's chicken wings for dinner.
5:57 in the morning, maybe.
Yeah, or for breakfast. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, flags flying high, but one wasn't quite right. Why an upside-down American flag sparked some confusion at this weekend's air show, and how organizers are responding. Plus, I don't think I'm gonna like this video if we're gonna show it. Oh good, we don't have the video, thank goodness. We're gonna talk about thousands of giant spiders, but I don't want to. I'll talk about this though. Beautiful live look outside. What do you got in store for us?
I'll pick up the slack on the spider story.
Thank you.
We are tracking, hey, speaking of chicken wings, hot weather for the next few days, and then also unfortunately some lightning in the forecast, which could pose some fire risk. I'll talk much more about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.